Never has this been on national news. A police officer who decides to arrest someone because the person is being rude to him. Here it is.
Tell me why he's being arrested. Can you not?
Let me talk to you.
You can talk to me. Stay right there.
You don't tell me where to stop.
Please don't back into
What's
me.
your name? Okay, so what's going on right now is I was here waiting for a coffee, and your boyfriend comes back to me very close, and he goes, "Hey, look what it is, it's a pig." And I was like, "Excuse me."
No, he doesn't like cops.
Okay, what if I came up to your boyfriend or you and called you names?
And then we go, "Oh my God, my feelings got hurt," and I walk away.
And guess what? And I said, "Can I help it?" He goes,
Tell me
"No."
where it's illegal to say that I'm sorry, I don't think you're okay, but tell me where it's illegal to say that.
It started to be a harassment when he starts to barrage.
Okay, so he's in the morning and he hasn't had coffee yet.
Okay. We'll make it a day. We'll see what we can do, because we can't have him going around cops and calling people names and be disorderly.
Because you can't handle anybody saying something mean about you?
Not just me, probably everybody else he's running.
No, because he's had a lot of bad issues with cops.
This police officer has arrested a male in Alaska because he did not like the insult, which, by the way, that is not a violation of any statutory dynamic. You have a constitutional right to be a jerk in the United States of America. You have a constitutional right to say things that are contrary to other individuals. You have the right, protected right, to be adverse to the police. That's right. You see, if the government can prosecute you for saying things that are adversarial to the government, then you have tyranny. You have a government out of control. This is why Black Lives Matter. This is why they say defund the police, because of egregious actions like this. Now, there's a response also from the man whose name is Joshua. Here it is.
I have a message for all the people who are leaving critical comments on my video. Good. I support your right to criticize my behavior and my interactions with the police. With that being said, law enforcement needs to be reminded that free speech isn't always polite speech, and they are not above the law. If we're afraid to express displeasure towards our law enforcement because the officer might overreact, that is in effect a nullification of our First Amendment rights. I'm one of the lucky ones. Not everybody has video to corroborate their side of a police interaction. If I was a different color, or I was a different gender, or I was neurodivergent, this could have ended a lot worse for me. And that's just unacceptable. We need to end our abusive relationship with the police. We cannot be afraid of the people that we pay to protect us.
Very well said. Let's put up a picture of the officer full mask here. Let's be very clear about what has happened. This particular officer decided to arrest a man because he did not like a word the man used. The individual did not engage in any statutory crime. He had not created any element of harm for the cop nor anybody else. There was no reason to arrest Joshua. Now, this cop abused his power. He abused his authority, clearly. This cop admitted on camera that he was arresting a man for being rude, and possibly he's rude to other people. Once again, you have a constitutional right to be rude. The identity of this officer has not been confirmed. My production team went through hundreds of pictures of police officers, could not find this particular cop, but I'm sure you can. So the identity of the cop has not been exposed yet. We do know that he is a member of the Anchorage police in Alaska. That department has not publicly acknowledged the incident, nor has it released a statement on the matter. That may change after today. If you remember, we have covered that police department before. Remember this? Remember when the woman showed a white privilege card who was pulled over by that police department and they let her go? She posted it on social media. All of the cops were smiling and happy. Even though she was swerving, speeding, and did not have a license, they decided not to arrest her, not to give her a ticket, not to do a breathalyzer because she presented her white privilege card. What it really said is that she was a Trump supporter, and so were they. And that's why they thought it was funny and they let her go. Who's the chief of this operation? There he is. Chief Michael Curley. of the Anchorage Police Department. All right, we need answers here, Chief. Who is this officer? What has the internal response been? And what was the police report? What did he put on the police report to justify the arrest? Because I guarantee you, he did not put the guy called me a pig, so I effected an arrest. Guarantee you he didn't put that on the police report, which means more than likely he lied on the police report to justify the arrest and to justify the interaction, which also means he committed another crime called falsifying the police report, which is a violation of your oath of office. All right, my dear sister, thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, multiple courts of appeals, federal courts of appeals in the United States have held that it is protected under the First Amendment, protected speech to give the finger to a cop, to swear at a cop, to voice your dissatisfaction with the police in this country. And I actually did a story this morning for Rebel HQ, extraordinarily similar facts. A kid walks past a cop, flicks him off, cop gets irate, gets out of his car, chases this kid down. The kid knows his rights and he's just schooling this cop over and over again, and then calls him an effing pig, and the cop arrests him, on the side of the road. This like 14, 15-year-old kid. And the reason they do this is because they can't handle criticism. They can't handle people who don't bow down to the power they think they should hold over the public. They can't handle any sort of perceived disrespect, because once they feel they don't have that stranglehold, that monopoly of force over the public, keeping the people they're meant to serve and protect in fear, then they feel powerless, then they feel weak. And they're meant to serve and protect us, but really they just want to keep us afraid of them. They want to abuse the public. They want to strip us of our constitutional rights. I mean, where are the people who always claim that they're fierce defenders of the First Amendment right now? Where are they? The people who say that they want to, protect the rights of Nazis to say horrible, awful things. Where are they when people disrespect the police? Silent or opposed to that, because they're bootlicking the police departments. They are bowing down to this perceived power, and they can't handle people standing up against it.
Yeah, the irony is unreal. You have all of this authority, you have all of this power, and you are willing to violate your office in order to arrest someone who made you upset because of their speech that is protected. Doesn't make sense, but that's why we expose it, we follow it, and we give it to you straight.